Okay, so as I was saying before in the last video, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's me, your boy, the man, NJ2TheCity with the number 2 and TO. This is probably going to be another episode of Unpopular Opinions, because I definitely know I'm going to title the last one I just made, Unpopular Opinions. So once again, somewhat getting back to the topic of tent cities. I can't stand tent cities. I think tent cities are a disgrace. I believe that everybody can do better, especially church leaders and such. You can do better than this. People who go to church consistently, you can do better than this. What this means is that specifically for those people, and you don't even have to be religious to understand this or religious to want this to happen, but I'm literally telling you, because if I had a home of my own right now, like if I wasn't still living with my parents, God knows, I would literally invite some of these homeless to come live with me. I would adopt some migrant children to come live with me. I'm like not even joking you. I would do this stuff. And you're probably like, why, Nate? Why? Because once again, it's love thy neighbor as thyself. And then number two, I want these people to do better. I want them to do better. I believe in their rights and their abilities, you could even say privileges, to do better. And I want to, God first, help these people do better through everything, which I know and believe I can do. Through Christ, which strengthens me each and every day. So, like I said, I believe that hopefully tent cities will hopefully someday be abolished, meaning they don't exist anymore. But it's going to be a lot of work for that to happen. Again, you got to help a lot of people rebuild their lives, which is one of the top things these tent cities don't do. These tent cities put band-aids, ladies and gentlemen, at least some of you were to ask me, they put negative band-aids on already growing issues. That's why one of the top reasons I can't stand them. We've always had a homeless problem, but I don't know how long we've had a tent city problem, but we've always had homeless people, and I do believe specifically for religious people, I challenge religious people. Why not? Literally, invite some of these people into your house. Don't just feed them, invite them into your house and adopt them into your family. Please tell me why on God's green earth you're not going to do that. If you claim to be so religious or claim to have the love of the Father in you so much, why don't you do that? Why don't you, as a religious person, specifically the religious people, because I hold religious people definitely to higher standards than I hold anybody else to. Why don't you adopt some migrant children? Why don't you take some of these homeless people and get them, and adopt them into your house, adopt them into your family, adopt them into your life? Why don't you do that? Help clean them up, help them rebuild their lives from scratch. Why don't you do that? I do believe that if you had more people who are willing to do that, again, this world wouldn't be where it is today. But one of the top reasons why it is because the world of politics itself is a very mumbo-jumbo game. And what that means is you have so many different opinions within so many different contexts of how to word it, phrase it, etc. So many that, and you just get jumbled up within how many people are speaking what, and etc. It definitely goes a long way, but it goes in a one big tangled web at the end of the day. I do believe in smaller government, just let everyone know that. I totally believe in smaller government, and I can rest assure you that I've been hearing the phrase too much over the last, I'm 20 years old, and I've been hearing the phrase too much over the last few years of, I want Democrats and Republicans to all, come and meet together and do this and do that. The change that you want, or the change that we need for these tent cities, at least if you were to ask me and etc., it's not going to happen at that state level. It's not going to happen at the government level. People got to stop. People got to wake up and stop waiting for the government to save them, which is what so many people are doing. They're waiting for the government to save them, which is why they are still in these depressions that they're in. They're still in these sinkholes that they're in. Because you're waiting for the government to save you. You're waiting for your local government to save you. You're waiting for, all these politicians to save you. Trust me, if they're not at least the way I look at it, because there's plenty of politicians that definitely have done this plenty of times before. But if these politicians are not on the ground level with you, trying to do all the work that, at least for me, my opinion, might be biased, but that I'm describing, like, go into these tent cities, learn who these people are, and try to, again, make plans with them. Try to invite them into the house. If these politicians aren't doing that much, then why are you still putting your faith and trust in these people to help save you? If anything, half of them pretend you don't exist. Think about it. For example, God bless Ron DeSantis. He won the Florida governor's race. And to let everyone else out there know, because, again, all glory be to God for better and for worse. I stand by my opinions. And I'll let anybody know this straight up. I voted for DeSantis. Top reason why I voted for DeSantis is because I wanted to test prophecy. I liked both Gillum and DeSantis, but I voted for DeSantis because I wanted to test prophecy, because I felt like, you know, at least in the spiritual terms of things, because again, I'm a very spiritual person. You know, in spiritual terms of things, I felt like if it was meant for Gillum to win, he was going to win with or without my vote. If it was meant for him to become the state's first black governor, he was going to win with or without my vote. So I wanted to test prophecy on how much it was meant for him to win. And he lost. I still want to meet both Gillum and DeSantis one day, and I definitely want to do what I can with both of them to, again, not only help stop, you know, crime, but as well I want to help them, you know, or I really want to meet with them one day so I can, I guess you could say, for our entire state, again, in every facet, what can we do to help make people's lives that much cleaner, that much easier, that much healthier, that much more Jesus Christ salvation prosperous. Now, I can rest assure you that from my background of knowing how certain people think, you know, and I'm definitely going to say specifically certain black people, because this is something where a lot of y'all probably think he's jumping off the bridge now with his opinions. I know how certain particular black people think. They're probably going to call me a disgrace now in their minds, or even out loud, for saying that I voted for DeSantis rather than Gillum. You're probably going to call me a disgrace and call me a racist or whatever else. No, I'm neither one of those things. I heavily believe in God and believe in Jesus. But aside from that, I'm going to say, I believe in loving thyself as thy neighbor. And I believe in the further advancement of all people. I believe in all lives matter, ladies and gentlemen. I believe in all lives matter. So what that means is, God knows on everything, especially if you ever met me in person, I don't believe in race baiting. I do not believe in race baiting the way a lot of people race bait. A lot of people race bait so hard, so much, which is why you have all this garbage going on day in and day out in so many areas of life, because people cannot get past race, which is why I know you're not saved in the word through Christ. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But the reason why I say that is because if you were truly saved in the word through Christ, it's love thy neighbor as thyself. Think about it. It's literally that simple. Stop race baiting. Not everything